Video game cover art is a tricky business. Mostly it's there to make some sweet sales, capitalising on big-ass guns, impressive cars, and good old-fashioned sex appeal to draw in their audiences. But because cover artists want to give you a little bit more than tits and violence for some reason, they're also not beyond including some sneaky Easter eggs and hidden nods for the most eagle-eyed players to catch. Whether it's ingenious secret messages, visual motifs, or even straight-up solutions to in-game puzzles that have been hidden in plain sight. 99% of players never even noticed they were there at all. At least, not until the internet called it out anyway. I am the box art princess, Ash from WhatCulture Gaming, and these are 10 fiendishly clever secrets hidden in video game covers. 10. MERYL'S codec frequency, Metal Gear Solid. In typically eccentric form for Hideo Kojima, Metal Gear Solid features one of the most dastardly cover art Easter eggs in video game history. When Colonel Campbell tells Solid Snake that his niece MERYL'S codec frequency is written on the back of the CD case, most players likely assume that to find a way to look at the MO disc given to them by Kenneth Baker earlier in the game. But as it turns out, players actually have to look on the back of the game's jewel case itself, where a screenshot shows MERYL'S codec number, 140.15, hiding in plain sight. Naturally, this was a major issue for anyone who rented the game or pirated it, and therefore didn't have the cover. Especially in 1998, where internet adoption wasn't quite widespread yet. Affected players would either have to cycle through every codec frequency manually, or head to their nearest video game store and take a gander at the back of the case. 9. The Buried Guy, Far Cry 3. The front cover of Far Cry 3 memorably features iconic villain Vas Montenegro sat menacingly next to a poor sap buried neck deep in the sand. To support the game's release, Ubisoft also produced a series of viral videos in which Michael Mando, who played Vas in the game, kidnaps the actor behind McLovin and deals with him in the very same fate. But more than this, the cover actually nods towards an Easter egg hidden within the game, as players who head to the coordinate X619.7, Y559.4 will find a man buried up to his face in sand, unlocking the Say Hi to the Internet achievement in the process. If you want to deliver some mercy, you're also able to shoot the guy in the face and end his suffering. 8. The Passage of Time, Kingdom Hearts. In the lead-up to the release of Kingdom Hearts 3, franchise director Tetsuya Nomura revealed that the cover art for the HD Remaster trilogy, consisting of Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 Remix, and Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, Jesus Christ, what is this naming method, was designed to indicate the passage of time heading towards the new game's release. Looking at the three covers in sequence, we can see that protagonist Sora goes from sitting to standing to walking confidently, implying his growth over the course of the franchise. Moreover, there's a progression in the night sky across the covers. 1.5 is the sunset turning into night, 2.5 is the middle of the night, and 2.8 is the break of dawn. It is simple but effective symbolism and ensures that, when looking at the three covers together as a trilogy collection, they all tell a neat visual story. 7. John Romero is Doom Guy, Doom. Legendary FPS designer John Romero is the gaming industry's original rock star, infamous for his admittedly well-earned bravado, his high-flying lifestyle, and hair long enough to literally make an actual rock star blush. Romero's well-noted ego materialised in another unexpected way, when he was helping design the cover art for the landmark shooter Doom. As revealed by Romero himself a few years ago, the cover artist arrived at id Software's offices with a male model in tow to pose as the iconic Doom Guy, only for a dissatisfied Romero to intervene, rip his shirt off, and start posing himself. The male model, he claims, still contributed to the final cover art by serving as the reference for the demon grabbing Doom Guy's arm, while the artist presumably accentuated Romero's frame with the more cartoonish muscles visible in the final cover. Never to be outdone, Romero of course had to ensure he was front and centre on the series' most iconic image, even if nobody knew about it for almost 25 years. 6. So many secrets! Borderlands 3. Gearbox released the cover art for Borderlands 3 almost 6 months before the game finally hit stores, giving fans ample time to comb over every last pixel for secret messages, of which there are many. First and foremost, there are numbers and letters etched into most of the gold guns, which form the DLC code that unlocks some exclusive loot for keen-eyed players. A numerical code near the bottom of the poster, meanwhile, can be translated to read, "We don't speak of Sanctuary 2", while Morse code embedded on the far left and far right sides of the cover translates to, "Where is the first Vault Hunter?" and "Who is the Destroyer?", the latter being the final boss of the original game. Gearbox insists that fans still haven't uncovered every last hidden secret on the cover, though that is not for lack of trying. 5. An alternate perspective. Star Wars Battlefront Deluxe Edition. The cover art for Star Wars Battlefront famously features the statuesque image of a Rebel Alliance soldier standing defiantly atop the remains of an AT-AT. All while a fleet of AT-ATs make their approach and other rebels fend off the stormtroopers. But if you threw down cash for the game's Deluxe Edition, you'd simply get a close-up of a stormtrooper's helmet, with a battle scene reflected in the helmet's eye. It is incredibly easy to take this at face value and move on. But in fact, the Deluxe Edition is depicting an alternate perspective at the very same battle scene from the Standard Edition cover. Similarly, a Rebel Alliance soldier is standing on some robotic remains and fending off the Empire, this time from the viewpoint of a stormtrooper. That is... well, yes, it is surprisingly creative for the cover art of an EA-produced AAA shooter based on a movie franchise. Well done, guys. 4. A Plea for Patience. Far Cry 4. Just like the previous entry in the series, Far Cry 4's cover art focused on selling the appeal of its distinctive antagonist, in this case a suited-up and tyrannical Pagan Min. As the villain perches on a Buddhist statue high up in the Himalayas, fans notice that the statue makes a very specific gesture with its hands. These special gestures are better known as mudras in religions like Hinduism and Buddhism, and the specific gesture held by the statue is the Shuni Mudra, otherwise known as the Seal of Patience. This is most certainly a reference to the fact that players are able to beat the game in its very first scene simply by staying put in the starting room and waiting 13 minutes for Pagan Min to return. Min will thank the player for their patience and allow them to plant their mother's ashes peacefully, after which the credits roll. That's it! 3. The infamous IGN watermark. OKAMI. This isn't so much a clever Easter egg as it is an astounding hidden gaffe which nevertheless passed by most players undetected. The 2008 Wii release of cult action adventure game OKAMI boasts gorgeous new box art created specifically for this new version. Except, in a blunder one can only respect for its ridiculousness, somebody somewhere got lazy and didn't use key art from Capcom themselves for the manufacturing run. As a result, an eagle-eyed NeoGAF user noticed an IGN watermark visible near protagonist Amaterasu's mouth, indicating that somebody cribbed the artwork from IGN or even a Google search rather than receiving a perfect cover from the source itself. Even better, the same printing screw-up was present on both the game's manual and even the Brady Game's strategy guide as well. The mistake picked up enough traction online that Nintendo eventually offered amended covers to affected customers, and as such, the original botched cover is now a collector's item. Granted, the overwhelming majority of players never spotted the watermark, so the artist mostly got away with this massive misstep. Relatable content all the same though, eh? 2. You Are Mr. Gay. Super Mario Galaxy. And now for surely the most weird and childish Easter egg ever concealed on any video game cover. The brilliant Super Mario Galaxy infamously placed some twinkling stars on certain letters in its title, which when singled out spelled the phrase, "You are Mr. Gay." 2007 sure was a different time. Ugh. And if you felt that this was somehow a strange coincidence, the artist working on Super Mario Galaxy 2's cover decided to further this dumb joke, placing twinkles on letters that read out the message, "You are me," which when reversed reads, "Yeah, I am, are you?" The elegance with which these messages are subtly hidden within the logo totally belies just how stupid and immature the words themselves actually are. But they're there, all the same. 1. The music room puzzle solved. Starship TITANIC. Just a few months before Metal Gear Solid bamboozled everyone with its cleverly hidden codec frequency, adventure game Starship TITANIC, designed and directed by The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy's Douglas Adams, similarly featured a major puzzle solution on the game's back cover. The game's ludicrously difficult music room puzzle requires players to configure a series of knobs and slides in the correct positions in order to progress. But the back cover actually offers up the solution, saving attentive players a major headache. Unfortunately, when the game was re-released on Steam a few years ago, it naturally didn't come with a cover at all, causing unsuspecting players to get stumped pretty easily. Thankfully, there are tons of solution videos on YouTube, and a quick Google search will reveal the image of the back cover anyway. But where's the fun in that? And that's our list. What other sneaky cover art secrets belong on this list? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I've been Ash, and this has been WhatCulture Gaming. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and come back again soon for some more lovely gaming content. Thanks for watching.